Welcome to the A.I.P channel where anything is possible. Tonight we have a haunted ghost story. Eh, ghost haunted location, I guess you say. Um, Kind of pretty interesting little old castle. Uh, Dudley Castle. The It had been slighted and rebuilt, and well, it started off as a wooden castle, and then it was tore down and put to made into a stone castle. Um, I forget what do they call that? It's a Norman Mott and Bailey design. Um, it's had some crazy history. It was originally built in the 11th century, um, and then like I said, over the time it got rebuilt and extended, and like I said, went from wood to stone. Um, I remember hearing about one story where a guy came through and looked at and went burn a different castle. They just took all their flocks and burned the fields, but they didn't even try to break into the castle because they knew he couldn't. I don't remember the name. It was late at night. I was watching stuff on this and uh, pretty interesting, pretty neat stuff. Um, It's over the centuries has been rebuilt, extended, uh, particularly in the mid 16th century when John Dudley, 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 Duke of Northumberland Northumberland land. There we go. I can't. Got to slow down sometimes. It said Dudley was beheaded for his attempt to set Lady Jane Grey on the throne after the death of Edward VI. Then it went to the Sutton family, uh, who previously owned it. Said Dudley's son Robert would later become a favorite of Queen Elizabeth I, and she visited the castle where she made a consideration to imprison Mary's the Queen of Scots there. Um, then the castle was held by the royalists during the English Civil War and was besieged by parliamentarian troops between 1644 and 1646. They finally surrendered May 13th, 1646, and they ordered the thing to be slighted. And we kept saying that slighted, and slighted is where they they won't tear it all the way down. You still have a house to live in, but you won't be able to use it as a stronghold anymore. And it was slighted several times. It was slighted when um, for the attempt, for the Lady Jane Grey to the throne, and it was slighted during the Civil War. I was thinking it had one more other time, but maybe I'm wrong. Um, then, then 1750, they actually had a terrible fire, and they didn't put the fire out because they were worried about the gunpowder. They thought there was gunpowder in one of the rooms, and 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 munitions. So they just let her burn. Um, it was never rebuilt after that. It's actually a part of a zoo now. You can go visit it. Um, that is part of the Dudley Zoo, where they have a zoo all the way around the campus and everything, and then part of the zoo. You pay to get in the zoo. You get to go look across these ancient ruins. So it's kind of cool. That'd be that'd be pretty badass, really. You think about it. You get to go see um, a castle that was built in the 11th century, started being built, and it had very kept adding on to it and changing a little bit. And as people, it's just like if you have your own house or something, you add a room here or change a window or something. Well, they did major stuff, uh, but it's pretty neat. They also, if you go to the castle today, looking on here, there in the visitor center, they have you can see the site explores all the 900-year history, and it said it includes a virtual recreation of how the castle looked in 1550. So, kind of get you an idea of it, but it's it's pretty neat looking. It's uh, I'll put a. It is pretty neat. I'll share this little. Where I'm at here, this cool little picture from here. Castle, place England, Norman conquest. So, um, that's just a brief little summary of the castle. Now let's get to the important stuff. The haints and the ghostlies. Here's another picture. I'll share this picture right here. That's a pretty cool view of the castle right there. I'll leave that up for people to see there. As I talk about, there there are many ghosts that they're talking about on here. The most famous one is, I think, the lady in gray, or the gray lady. Yeah, they've seen her in all kinds of different places. Pictures of it. Let's see. 1962, a zoo staff working in the Undercroft was in the house at Zoo Aquarium were disturbed by strange moans and groans, icy blasts of air, and doors that opened and closed by their own accord, and footsteps which had no visible cause. They actually had a ghost hunt there in 1953 by the Birmingham Psychic Research Society. That's pretty neat. Way before all the ghost shows on TV, and they reported experiencing similar manifestations, as well as one of the teens feeling a light tap on her shoulder. Hey, what you doing there, buddy? What you doing in my castle? uh, in 66, a teenager reported hearing weird noises, uh, which accompanied by a shape of a woman in a white gown. And they said he quit right after that, which I don't blame him. That'd be kind of freaked him out. They said it could be the ghost of the Gray Lady, who's been seen in various parts of the castle. And said it's suggested that she is Dorothy Beaumont, the wife of royalist second in command, who died during childbirth when the castle was besieged by parliamentary forces in 1646. It's terrible. Trying to have a baby and people out there trying to break into your castle at the same time. Oof. Talking about stress. And 78, three men were repairing a broken electric cable, saw several hooded figures a short distance away from them. In August of the same year, another ghost hunt was held, and this time a photograph was taken of a faint figure with his arms folded, while a ghost hunter felt a cold hand touch her shoulder. I remember one of the shows I was watching on it, they were talking about it was some monks, something about some monks on there, and that's what they're talking about. Might be the ghost of that be actual. It was monks of the time. Actually, it was actual clothes and everything. So, good possibility. It could be the monks. Um, let's see. According to a legend, an old woman once lived in the keep. One story says that she hung herself from the battlements on All Hallows Eve, and her black cat was found dead beneath her swinging body. Another said a gang of youths climbed the walls and discovered the old woman and her cat about to fly off to the Sabbath. Tying a rope around her neck, they threw them both from the battlements. She may haunt the castle. That's crazy. Gang of kids over here killing old grandma and her cat. In 19, I don't know if she's a grandma or not. She's an old woman. Probably so. 1983, there was a medieval evening with a prize for the best costume. In the crowd, the judges saw an elderly woman wearing a sackcloth shift and gray shawl with feet wrapped in sacking. She looked very different from the others and so authentic that they awarded her the prize, but she disappeared. But the officials at the gate said they were certain she had not slipped away. No crap, she was authentic. She was the real deal. In 82, led another ghost hunt in the Undercroft with two members reporting something invisible touching them. In 06, a reenactor reported hearing voices in the Undercroft while he was trying to sleep there one night. That's pretty neat. Lots of stuff around that Undercroft, it's it makes you wonder, doesn't it? The above the Undercroft, like I said, it's there's one spot. It's pretty. Is the chapel, and they say that they've seen a lonely monk pace in front of a large courtyard window. They said that's the only really hauntings in that area is just that monk. They say that one with so much war and destruction surrounding it, so no surprise, sounds from the Civil War still linger. One of them is a little drummer boy. The young lad was killed by a stray bullet from a musket during a small skirmish. And it seems that he never found peace and still be heard hammering his drum as they prepare for battle. Because of the unfortunate cause of the boy's death by a wildly inaccurate 17th century firearm, it's considered bad luck to see him or hear him pound his drums. So, you don't want to see little drummer boy. Even at Christmas time, you don't want to see the little drummer boy. So that's, some of the ghost stories right there. I was double checking as I'm scrolling through here. Some say, it ain't, it ain't nothing, hauntings, but, a place where that much crazy stuff happens, so much energy, between being burned down with a fire and war and being slided and built back up and, slided again. I know after the first time, I think I was listening to it, it took like 70 years to rebuild it, to put it back to where it was. That's incredible. That's a long time to be working on. Said the guy that owned it really didn't even get to use it. By the time they had it finished, he passed away not long after. That's crazy. But that's Dudley Castle. Just a few little ghost stories on Dudley Castle, and what do you think of that? What do you think of Dudley Castle? I think it's kind of cool, that for the upkeep and everything, they put the zoo around it. Use the grounds for a zoo, so they can, keep it from going into complete, shambles. And I thought that was pretty cool. So you get to go see part of that history. Of course, if you're over in that side of the pond, uh, it'd be neat to see for sure. If I was close by, I sure would go take a look at it. Uh, for sure. Uh, yeah, yeah, there's several. If you Google search or DuckDuckGo, there's several sites on hauntings and stuff. There's several videos of uh, I've seen on there as ghost hunts and stuff like that. Um, and so it's pretty neat. I'm, I'm gonna stop sharing a little picture and get out of here, get out of here. So I hope you kind of like that one. You know, um, I know the channel is everywhere, but that's it. That's what anything is possible is about. We want to talk about stuff, and I don't remember how I came upon the castle, the story. Um, I don't remember. I take so much information every day, and try to feed into this computers in my head, and sometimes the Windows blue screen of death pops up every once in a while, but uh, I show my age here. You hear that? If you ever seen that terrible thing, but yeah, what do you think about it? What do you think about the stories? It's pretty amazing. Pretty like I said, I just gave it like a real brief synopsis of the castle. I know one video you can get on YouTube and watch. There's guys actually they're recording where they're getting a tour of the castle. So he is really going in depth and telling all the details of the castle and what happened here and when this was built and how the drawbridge worked and everything. It's pretty neat. And so if you look up Dudley Castle, you can find it pretty easily. And like if you want to really in depth, if this piqued your interest, if you never heard of it and want to learn more, I know that one there is a pretty. Like I said, that guy seemed very knowledgeable of what he does, and I'm sure that's what he does every day is make tours and stuff. But he uh, he go around, so you hear all the little details of who was there and the exact names and the times that this happened and the times that that happened, and it's like I said, if you're more interested, like I said, just YouTube Dudley Castle, and you'll find some pretty cool videos. I was watching some of them one night this week. I think this week. I don't know. It all blurs together. I don't know. Uh, but just want to see. Well, what do you think? As always, and hopefully you like this one. Um, yeah, as always, I just want to see what you think. Hope you like it. I hope you like and share. I'm trying to. Yeah, once this one gets out for sure, if you look on YouTube, I got a bunch of shorts, those short videos of just this random. Some of them about the upcoming shows, and some of them are just a little bit of random information you probably hadn't heard of. Um, if I and I'm just throwing out there just to give people a little extra, you know, takes a little extra time on my end, but I think it's pretty neat. I hope everybody likes them. And so I'm putting out little bitty shorts too. So hopefully you like them and on for all that. So and uh and always, like, share, get on Spotify, get on Apple Music, uh Amazon, all your favorites. Of course, on YouTube, on the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUPD. You can hear me on there on syndications with a bunch of other great shows. Um, and so please like that and check out the shows. You can check out the Troubled Minds Discord. One of the shows is Salcedo Paranormal. He has a Discord also. You can check his out. There's many other shows on there you can hear and listen to, and a bunch of great minds, and um, now not much drama and like that. Just trying to spread knowledge and make the world a better place. But as always, I appreciate y'all for listening, and if especially if you made it all the way here to this point. So y'all just keep it on, and peace and chicken grease. Y'all be good.